Really, I will. I'll try to meet as many people as I can. So if I don't get to answer your question, please just come up and ask me. By the end of the day, they're just going to be like, get out! Go!
And you have a Q&A with Sherman tomorrow at noon as well. So you
we have a panel tomorrow?
Yeah, two of you. You're teaming up.
I don't know these things. They just say,
just to let you know.
Go there and talk. Okay. But that'll be fun. Okay, awesome.
Hello.
Hi.
So I have one question for you.
Carol, let's do it.
Do you think Levi looks dead sexy in a miniskirt?
Yes. So hold on, I gotta tell this story. Because out of context, it's interesting. So I was at a convention in Australia, and it was one of my first times over there, and it's really where I became really good friends with Trina Nishimura, who plays Mikasa. And I was signing autographs, and this young girl comes up, very nicely says, I love your character, I love Aaron. Is there any way you can say a line for me? And I said, sure, what would you like me to say? And she said, can you say Levi looks dead sexy in a miniskirt? So, who am I to tell her she's wrong? I look her straight in the eye and say, Levi looks dead sexy in a miniskirt. And now it's resonated around the world. I love it.
And now it's canon. So.
It's canon. I've seen some very interesting Aaron and Levi stuff. I'll just say that. One that was particularly interesting. And immediately I took a picture, texted it to Matthew Mercer, and just said, thinking of ya. Hey there, I love your cosplay.
Thank you. So, since you played the main character of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, Kodo, I just have a question. Have you read the light novel Danganronpa? If so, what did you think of how it handled your character?
So I have not read the light novel. Actually, I typically stay away from the manga and light novels and all of those things. The only exception has been for Sword Art Online, because I'm reading the audiobook. Actually, Sherry and I kind of share in the audiobook narration, which is so fun. But outside of that, I try to avoid those light novels, and I might circle back to Danganronpa. I also haven't played the game through, and there's a reason. It's because I'm terrified of it. I grew up playing RPGs, a lot of Final Fantasy. I'm very much a completionist, and if I start Danganronpa, I'm going to finish it. And that's going to be a lot of hours of my life. So yeah, I haven't played it through, and I haven't read the light novel.
And my second question is, what is your opinion of Makoto Maggie? Like, how you think how the character grew over the series?
I love the character. And especially working on that first game, it was so much fun to play him because we don't get scripts ahead of time. They don't tell us what's going to happen. You don't know what part of the show or game you're recording that day. So when I was doing these like monologues as Naegi, solving these murders and figuring out, looking at clues, it was like a movie was unfolding inside my head. So it was really cool to do that.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hey there.
Has it been difficult for you to change your voice to the evolution of Aaron now that he's like such a cold, hard adult and not a life-filled boy anymore?
Yeah, and I'll try not to spoil for you guys who are going to go watch the fun comedy that is Attack on Titan. But I play Aaron 4 very different ways. Itty bitty Aaron, angsty teenage Aaron, bigger Aaron, and now this cold, like you said, he's still angry, but it's buried under this coldness. And it was just interesting. It was really interesting to live with the character for so many years and then recreate them. And I love being able to do that as an actor. Also, I had just come off of recording another character that I've used my lower register. Feel like up to this point, I've really not explored that part of my voice to a really deep extent. Like, extremely special to me at that time. And the work ethic I learned from that, I've really applied to voice acting. With martial arts, it's very clear. You have a goal, you work extremely hard for that goal over and over and over and over and over, and then you get that much closer to it. So that's something that I've really applied to every aspect of my life.
Thank you.
Thanks. Let me listen to this. What is that? I'm like, oh, nothing. Wild parrots outside my door messing up my takes. So yeah, I've had a lot of that. Also, when you're in a very small space and you're screaming really loud, it doesn't handle the sound well. Like, an echo is terrible when you're trying to do a scream. So there's a few characters that I had ridiculously large screams for. One was Kirito inside that booth, and I literally, it was middle of the summer, it was probably 90 degrees in that booth. I was turning upside down and yelling up at the microphone to try to get the screams to pick up the right way. So SAO Alicization just hit in English on Netflix. Watch it and know that I'm upside down in a closet recording. The other one, and I'm not sure if you guys have seen this show, it's a show called Dorokiro on Netflix. I also play a very random character. I don't even know the character's name. He's like some fish dude. There's a lot of fish dudes in One Piece, I feel. But I'm one of them. I think his boss is like a cat. Find me in One Piece and let me know what I did.
My question is, if you were in One Piece, what devil fruit would you have? And you can even make one up.
What would I have? Devil fruit? So I'm not familiar enough with the show. Let me know what is that?
It's a fruit that gives you powers, but you can't swim.
So the fruit gives you powers, but then you can't swim? So I would not be eating the fruit out in a ship.
Not to, but
Tell me what yours would be first, and I'll think of mine.
that's a little hard one. I was thinking, I don't know, probably. I don't know. I was thinking of not having one because I kind of want to swim.
You want to enjoy the pool in the summer?
Yeah.
I get it.
If you don't want to answer that question, I have another one if you want to answer.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I would eat a fruit, and I don't know if this is possible. I would eat a fruit that would give me the ability to eat all the other fruits. Or any food I want. It doesn't have to be magical food. It could just be delicious food. It just appear out of nowhere. Exactly what I'm hoping for.
That's a pretty rad fruit.
Yeah, maybe cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls is they just appear anytime I want it. And strong coffee, I like that too.
My other question is, if you could be in any anime, what would it be?
One that I don't know about yet. I think like that's the really cool thing about being a voice actor. Like everything can change in one moment, and you just don't know what your next job is going to be. Again, I won't spoil anything, but I was watching a show that comes out on a Sunday 2 weeks ago. Saw something that happened to a character. If you saw the episode, you know what I'm talking about. And I said instantly, and unemployed. So like that happens all the time. You play a character and they get blown up and you don't have a job. So you're constantly working to get the next thing or the next project. So I don't know. I want to see what's out there that fits, that makes sense for me to take on and play. And it's exciting to be out in the mix. So yeah, I don't know. I want to see what's coming. And I hear buzz about different shows. I just don't know if I'm going to audition for those shows. You just don't know, one, if you'll receive an audition, two, if you'll read for the character you want to play, and then after that, like, it's crazy to get cast. So, yeah, I'm hoping for lots more really cool stuff.
All right, folks, we will have to cut it off there. But again, Bryce will be hanging out his booth right here for the rest of the day until they kick you out, like you said.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, him and Jeremy will have a
because sometimes when you get someone's autograph, they're like, oh, is that a real autograph? But if you just picture an autograph in the card,
I know.